Let's say you have a small account and you want to grow it by trading and selling out of the money vertical spreads on the SPX 0-day. And you think this is a great approach. It's conservative, you're defined risk, you've got some range behind it, you've got theta decay. There's a lot of things going for you. But unfortunately, there's a lot of problems that go behind this that many people are not even aware of, especially if you've got a small account. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a few of the pitfalls. I'm going to show you the problems you're going to run into and some of the things many people are not aware of and how to fix it. So we're going to go in and look at the 0-day out of the money vertical spread. Now, it's not to say that selling out of the money vertical spreads is bad. In fact, it can be very good for larger accounts, or even if you've got more time on your hands and you're not really pushing to grow your account as quickly. Maybe you're looking for more stability. However, on a small account, the issue is you might be risking $500 to maybe make $75. So you're risking quite a bit in order to make very little. And if one trade goes against you or it starts moving, well, all of a sudden you wipe out quite a significant amount of your capital, or significant enough to where it takes quite a bit of wins to making it up. Now, you see, on thinking differently, what if we could risk just $50 to make $50? So this way, if it completely goes against us, well, we just lose $50 or risk $200 to make $200. Now we have a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and that type of trade is much more favorable for smaller accounts and growing those smaller accounts, because you'll be more in tune, you'll be more focused. Whereas with larger accounts, you've got capital all over the place. The out of the money vertical spreads, you could put them out longer dated. But with smaller accounts, since you can be focused in on that specific trade, you're better off to risk a 1-to-1 ratio because it's much more favorable in terms of if you lose, you don't take a big hit and beating. So we're going to take a look at the money vertical spreads. Now, over the last 15 years, I've done a lot of trading education, from classes to coaching. And a lot of the people that I coach, they really do love out of the money vertical spreads on SPX and 0-day. They really enjoy it because they have a high win rate. However, the problem is that a lot of times I get the calls where, hey, I've been winning. It worked for 4 to 6 months, and then it comes back right into it and it blows up that account, or it blows up that trade because you had a high win rate. You're not used to losing. You're not used to, taking a beating or things going against you. So then you're not as trained or in tune when things go wrong. So what I've done with some of the classes that I've done and some of the coaching students I've worked with is moving them into at the money vertical spreads. It helps a lot more so because if a trade goes bad, if it goes sour, you don't lose as much. These trades are just risking 1 to make 1, risking 100 to make 100. They're a much better fit for a lot of people, especially with smaller accounts, because you could churn and rotate them fairly quickly if the price just moves up there, and you have a much bigger win rather than your risk to reward. You have to chew up and use a lot more of your account. All right, so if we're doing a 0-day option strategy, we want to take a look at the first thing is looking at our risk to reward ratio. So I'm going to show you here as far as what does it look like when we have an out of the money vertical spread. Now, right now it is Friday, so I won't be able to do the exact 0-day, but we're going to go to a 3-day, and I'm going to show you that if we go to about a 10 delta and we sell this one and we buy that one. So if we sell the 70.25 and buy the 70.20, it's a $5 wide. We're making about 40 cents, and this is a 3-day position. So now what we're going to do is look at the risk to reward. So how do you calculate the risk to reward in a trade like this? Well, the risk is actually $5. That's the width. Width equals risk. So that's $500 of actual risk. And our credit is about 40 cents. So that means $500 minus 40 is going to be $460 of real risk, which you can see right here at the bottom. So we're risking $460 to make $40. That's not a really great risk to reward ratio. So you can see what happens. You might win. And if one trade goes against you, you've got a huge issue and a huge problem. Now, let's start moving this a little more forward. If we start moving it to 70.50 and then going to 70.45, you'll slowly start seeing this credit pick up. In fact, if we go to 70.80 and go to 70.75, look at this credit again, 90 cents now. So now your risk to reward is going to be more favorable, right? If I'm getting 90 cents credit, $5 of risk, that's $500 minus 90 gives us $410 of risk. So let's continue to move this process over, and we're going to bring it into all the way to 71, about 71.30, which is where it is, and 71.25. This gives us a risk of about $285. Now we get a credit of $215, so we're risking $285. So you can see it's much closer to a risk one to make one reward scenario. Now you could do this as a credit spread like this, where you're doing it bullish in a similar way that you're selling put vertical spreads, or you could go in and just do something like right here, an at the money vertical debit spread on the call side where we build it out, and buying a vertical spread like this. And now you're risking, you're buying it for about 270, and that's the most you could lose to be able to make about 230. So it is a little skewed because of the volatility skew, but it's about a risk one to make one. So now if it pops, you make you risk 250 to make 250, you risk 200 to make 200. So that's fantastic. Now you might say, well, what if that trade is a little too big or too heavy? Maybe it's too big for your account size. Because in order to look at this trade, you have to be able to size it to where you can lose 5 or 6 in a row. And if this is too much, well, what can you do? Well, you could go to the SPY. So if we pull that up, we can go to SPY, and that's a lot cheaper. That's one way to do it. Or the other way, if you prefer like a index or a cash settled, you could do XSP, and you can do it that way. I'm going to show you with SPY just because it's more popular, and we can do the same concept here. Go to a 3-day. I will just need maybe about 15 strikes. And now what we can do is with this 3-day, I will buy this one, sell this one, but I'm going to just go 1 strike higher because of the skew. We'll buy this, we'll sell that. I'm holding the control key, or you can right click, buy, and go to a vertical spread. And now if you analyze it, you can see I'm basically paying 50 cents for it. So that's a $50 of risk. We can analyze that trade. And now with a 3-day trade, because I do not have 0-day right now on this one, 3 days, risking 50 to make 50, but I'm, right here, risking $49. And if it pops, I can make $51. And at the end of the day, I'm risking 1 to make 1. And if I lose, let's say 5 of these, well, I risk 50, and then times 5 of these, well, that's $250. I lose $250. So it's not as big of a problem as maybe the SPX, where you're risking $400 to make $100. So you can see. But the issue is that most people, what do they want? They want to constantly keep winning, but their win rate is really high. But what they're winning, the amount they win, is very small and very tiny. And at the end of the day, when you have a loss, it wipes out a great deal of those winners. Compare that to an at the money vertical spread like this one, where you have a really nice risk to reward ratio. So it's important for you to evaluate this if you have a small account, if you're doing 0-day options on the SPX or XSP or SPY, whatever vehicle you like. It doesn't matter, but just size it accordingly in order to make it work for you, but really understand your risk to reward ratio. Now, if you do that calculation, risk to reward, comparing it to out of the money vertical spreads where you're selling them on a 0-day, to at the money vertical spread where you're buying them or risking 1 to make 1, you're going to see that the math works out really nicely, because you don't have to let things expire fully when you're doing an at the money vertical spread. You could just let it pop a little bit throughout the day, just moving in that area in your direction and favor, and then you're getting out early. Now, I've done this class not too long ago on extreme scalping, where even some of the students and coaching people I've worked with have done this. So I've taught a class on this as well, and some of the people got a lot of great results with it. So if you're interested in this class, check the link in the description down below. But here's kind of one of the students' trades there, October 2025, right there, $13,000. There's a handful of trades, 20, 22, 23rd, and you can see 8 trades, 17, 19, 32, 25 trades, 74 trades right here. And it starts to add up very quickly. Here's kind of another month, 33 trades, 61 to 132. So sometimes, obviously, there's not always going to be winners, but the thing is there's a lot of great rotations that you can do because it's about the velocity of rotations. Here's another student that I worked with. They were just trading these stocks in and out, over and over by rotating them at the money vertical spreads. And right here with certain stocks, did some a little bit of profit and others a little bit more, and they churned and rotated those over and over again with something risk one to make one. Now, this is not SPX, obviously. The principle can apply to these vehicles as well, or other vehicles. So anyways, if you're interested in the class, check out the link in below. But the point being is, when you risk one to make one, you have a much better risk to reward ratio. And when you win a lot more. And when you lose, well, even if it crashes, you're not going to lose as bad. All right. So the truth and reality is most people are stuck in their habitual ways. They're going to keep putting on out of the money vertical spreads that they're selling because that's what they know. That's what they've been doing. That's what they're trained for. It's like a smoker who's going to keep smoking, even though they know that that's not the right habit. So if you're starting to think about this or doing this, take a look at the risk to reward. Take a look at the, what you're actually able to win and what you can actually lose if things go against you. Because it's not the point that you're okay now, and you're winning. Just like a smoker might say, well, I'm fine now. But 30 years down the road, you have a serious problem. So here you might be fine 30 trades later, but on the 31st trade, it can really wipe out 25 of those trades and create some serious problems. So if you watch your habits, if you watch what you're doing, you're probably going to go back and doing the same thing. However, if you're open-minded, if you're aware of the risk to reward, if you're able to make some changes, you can be way better off with at the money vertical spreads in growing a small account because it's a lot faster. It has a lot less risks involved in there. And when you win a lot more. Now, I've even done a class specifically on at the money vertical spreads. It's very similar to the other core structures that we've done with extreme scalping, but I call it the 50-50 coin flip strategy. So if you want to check that out, check out our website along with many of these other classes as well. Anyways, I hope this gave you some more insight, gave you a lot of knowledge to looking at your trading a little bit different, a little bit better, and maybe making some tweaks and fine-tuning things for the future. I'll see you in the next video.